Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 8. We would like to explain about analysis of the journal article on linguistic. Our member, the first is Ade Yunita, and then Suratul Latifah. The last is Nidaul Hasanah. The title of the journal is A Study on Teacher Strategies in Teaching, Speaking, and Reading Comprehension Skills, a case study at SMAN 8 Mataram. The authors is Ira Saria Hidayati, Muhammad Amin, Yuni Budi Lestari, from Journal Atlantis Press. Volume Advance in Social Science, Education and Humanities Research, Volume 556. Okay, we are going to the first explanation by Mbak Nidaul Hasanah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I'm Nidaul Hasanah. I will explain about research background of analysis of a journal article on linguistics. Title, A Study on Teacher Strategies in Teaching, Speaking, and Reading at SMAN 8 Mataram. Research background. The background of the research is the application of English learning in some schools is still considered less than optimal. This is evident in the students' disability to use English, although many of them have studied it for 6 or more years. This research conducting that research because there are some problems from students and English teacher in speaking and reading comprehension class. There are, number one is the teacher's lack of knowledge of the strategy of learning method in delivering learning material to students. And then the teacher still often use traditional learning strategies, and teaching English in a rigid manner is just like teaching grammar rules and memorizing tense formulas without teaching how to use them when speaking. And then finally, Indonesian students still lack of reading interest. Jadi penelitian ini ada beberapa masalah dari siswa dan guru bahasa Inggris dalam berbicara, dalam speaking dan juga reading pemahaman di kelas. Yang pertama itu kurangnya pengetahuan guru tentang strategi atau metode pembelajaran dalam menyampaikan materi pembelajaran, dan guru juga masih sering menggunakan strategi pembelajaran yang masih tradisional gitu, belum modern. And then guru mengajar bahasa Inggris dengan cara yang kaku, seperti mengajar grammar dan menghafal rumus kayak gitu. Jadi siswa itu bosan di dalam kelas dan susah untuk memahami pembelajaran yang diberikan. Dan juga siswa Indonesia masih kurang minat membaca. Oleh karena itu, seorang guru harus menemukan strategi yang cocok untuk siswa mereka, karena guru mengambil peran penting dalam kegiatan pembelajaran, di mana keberhasilan atau kegagalan tersebut bergantung pada bagaimana mereka memberikan materi-materi pada pembelajaran. Guru juga harus lebih memperhatikan kebutuhan siswa dan mampu memotivasi mereka agar semangat belajar bahasa Inggris. Guru juga harus mampu mendorong mereka untuk menggunakan bahasa Inggris dalam kehidupan sehari-hari. Salah satu strategi pembelajaran yang harus dipertimbangkan adalah strategi dalam mengajarkan keterampilan berbicara dan membaca, mempertimbangkan berbicara dan sebagai keterampilan penting dalam belajar bahasa Inggris. Jadi benar-benar speaking and reading itu sangat penting dalam pembelajaran. Kita bisa menggunakan media yang menarik agar siswa tidak bosan. And then next, the theory being used by the authors to analyze their research. There are, number one, according to Richards, strategy is a set of procedures used in achieving goals in learning, thinking, and teaching. And then Trianto also defines strategy as a direction of actions to achieve the formulated goals. According to Noonan, speaking is a productive oral skill and then it consists of producing systematic verbal utterances to convey meaning. And then Chinese also state that speaking is a process of expressing of conveying meaning in several situations which is carried out verbally or non-verbally. Gates also state that speaking is a process of producing auditory signals to produce different verbal responses to listeners. According to Hammer, speaking have many different aspects. Two of the is accuracy. This is involving the use of vocabulary, grammar, and the pronunciation correctly. It is practiced through the guided activity, and the last one is the fluency. It is seen as the ability to keep going when speaking spontaneous. This is seen from communicative views. Alderson also states that reading is an activity involving interaction between a reader and a reading text. According to Snow, reading comprehension is the process of explore and construct the meaning simultaneously by interaction and involvement with written language. According to Brown, a reader can understand what she is reading because he has the ability to incorporate the information he gets from the past into several aspects related to his knowledge, experience, culture, and emotions. Okay, I think enough for me. I'm sorry for any mistakes. Next to presenter.
Okay, I'm Adiunita. I would like to explain about research methodology. What is the research design they use in conducting the research? It might include the first is type of the research. They use quantitative research. The researcher conducted his research by coming to school and collecting data with a questionnaire, then continue with interview for more valid information. And the next is object or subject of the research. This study observed the teacher's strategies in the teaching, speaking, and reading comprehension skills. This study conducted at SMA 8 Mataram. The participants were grade 10 English teacher and 30 students. The teacher and student participants were recruited from the only grade 10 English class at this school. And then technique of collecting data. Data were collected by means of classroom observation, interview, and questionnaire. Non-participant classroom observation was used to examine directly the teaching and learning processes in the classroom. Interview with the teacher were conducted to examine the rationale behind the choice of strategies. Questionnaires to the students were distributed to identify their response toward the teacher's strategies. And the last is technique of data analysis. This study used quantitative case study design because it observes strategies in teaching, speaking, and reading comprehension skills and identified student response toward the strategies. Okay, it is enough from me. For the next is result and finding.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Suratul Latifah. I would like to explain about result or finding. In this part, there are 3 points. The first is teacher strategy in teaching speaking skill. The second one is teacher strategies in teaching reading comprehension skill. And the last one is student responses toward the teacher strategies. The first, teacher strategy in teaching speaking skill. In this case, the instructor plays an important part in planning and executing the procedure so that the anticipated learning destination can be accomplished. There is a view information based on the meet with the English teacher of SMA Negeri 8 Mataram in instructing talking teacher used a few commonly methodologies and typically the information according to the meet with the instructor and her supposition around the implementation of those techniques. Based on the result of information perception, there are some strategies in teaching speaking ability. Among of the techniques are boring, part play, and inventive runs. At that point, in executing the part play technique, the teacher inquires understudies in bunch to play several parts in the conversation that are within the reading material fabric. Based on teacher conclusion, she utilized boarding since the accept that through repetition, understudy will hone their speaking appropriately and understudies will keep in mind the right shape of sentence that they learn. In utilizing inventive excitement in her teaching activity, educator utilized kind of imaginative excitement such as storytelling, can practice student talking expertise based on the genuine setting. Other than that, it can move forward student certainty. And by using part play methodology, educator accept it will deliver the student opportunity to hone their talking capacity with their friends. They can too share their conclusion with each other around the topic being examined conjointly. They can adjust their speaking each other. With the execution of this strategy, students are moreover acclimated to utilizing English and make them not hardened when it comes to talking in English. The second one is teacher strategies in teaching reading comprehension skill. From the information finding in instructing reading comprehension, teacher utilize procedure in 3 reading stage: pre-reading, while reading, and post-reading. Pre-reading organized is the activity points to plan readers to get it the substance of the reading contents through starting information and forecast so that readers can get it the reading content rapidly. At the point within the stage while reading, it could be a reading action itself. At this range, the educator inquires understudies to study the reading text, then the educator and the understudies summarize their reading result, then ask the understudies to inquire approximately things they have not understood within the reading contents. The final one is post-reading, which point to reply to tests that have been read. In this section, incorporates exercise such as inquiring, anticipating, and concluding. The instructor in this segment inquires understudies to predict the outcomes about they have gotten so distant from the reading activities carried. By utilizing free reading, while reading, and post-reading strategies in educating reading comprehension aptitude, based on teacher conclusion, it will construct student curiosity and it will make students fundamentally considering almost the reading fabric that case study and they are being talked about. And the last one is student reception. It will construct student curiosity and it will make students fundamentally considering almost the reading fabric that case study and they are being talked about. And the last one is student responses toward the teacher's strategies. Based on the survey information perception that given to 30 understudies of 10th review, it can be concluded that the dominant of the understudies said that the techniques that connected by their educator within the classroom can over assistant their talking and reading comprehension aptitudes. It can over assistant them to create their speaking aptitude, but a view of the understudies said that they feel bored when the instructor utilizes reiteration in instructing them speaking ability. It can be concluded that the strategies implemented by teacher allow advantage to assist the understudies in their talking and reading comprehension. To 30 understudies of 10th review, it can be concluded that the dominant of the understudies said that the techniques that connected by their educator within the classroom can over assistant their talking and reading comprehension aptitudes. It can over assistant them to create their speaking aptitude, but a view of the understudies said that they feel bored when the instructor utilizes reiteration in instructing them speaking ability. It can be concluded that the strategies implemented by teacher allow advantage to assist the understudies in their talking and reading comprehension. It can propel them and diminish their easiness in talking English. Almost students grant the positive reaction. Right, I think enough from group H. Thank you.